Welcome to the Iowa Department of Transportation's Traffic Management Center. I'm Bonnie Costello, and I manage the Traffic Management Center for the Iowa Department of Transportation. We're stationed in Ankeny, Iowa, but the center is a statewide center, so we are monitoring all the DOT roadways throughout Iowa. So one of the goals of the Iowa Department of Transportation is to manage our transportation system. And by doing that, we're improving the safety and reliability of the system. As part of managing the transportation system, we are trying to improve the safety and mobility of the traveling public. One of the ways we do that is to detect incidents on the system. And those incidents could be anything from a piece of debris, a pothole, all the way up to a major collision. And so what we're doing here behind us, we have over 400 cameras statewide that we're looking for anything that would affect traffic and that we can respond to. The TMC is in communication with law enforcement communication centers around the state, and we get a lot of information from those centers as well. And so when there's a major incident or something that needs to be responded to, we are getting information from those law enforcement centers. Another way that we detect incidents is through NREX. NREX is a data-driven system that allows us to see actual speeds on our interstate system, and we can detect if speeds start to slow down, and then we can use that as a method to detect anything that we need to respond to on the interstate system. Another way that we're detecting incidents on the system is we use Waze. Waze is an application that you can put on your smartphone, and anything that's reported on the Iowa DOT transportation system then comes to our center for an operator to verify. When the TMC has detected and then verified an incident on the roadway, we have several different ways of response. If it's something the public needs to be aware of right away, we're using our dynamic message boards. Those are the boards that you see out on the interstate with sometimes the snarky little messages from Message Monday, which we all love. Also our 511, which is 511ia.org. We put any information that's going to affect traffic out on that system. The neat thing about the 511 system is that you can also see where snowplows are located. You can see all of our cameras. You can see what we're looking at here. You can see on 511. All of our construction projects, anything that's affecting traffic, you're going to see. In the wintertime, we have winter road conditions, which is very important to look before you travel. And then in the summer, we have all of the construction projects. And so it's a really nice application for you to use. It's a web-based program, but also can be downloaded on smartphones. The public information piece is so important here in the TMC to get that information out quickly, because our goal is to prevent secondary crashes. And so if there's an initial incident that's causing a backup, we look very closely at how to prevent those secondary crashes. Secondary accidents tend to be more severe because a lot of times the differential speed is so great. That means that traffic might be slowed or stopped on the interstate, but traffic coming into the area is still going their full 70 miles an hour or more. So our goal is to get information out to those traveling public coming into the area before they get there, so that they know that they're going to have to stop or take an alternate route. If we can decrease the amount of traffic getting into an area, it not only could prevent a secondary crash, but it can protect the responders that are on scene as well. The Iowa DOT has a lot of resources that we use here in the TMC, whether it's calling our highway helper, our highway maintenance supervisor, or our motor vehicle enforcement officers for assistance on scene. Our Highway Helper program is located in 3 areas: the Des Moines metro area, the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City area, and the Council Bluffs area. We have 2 trucks running Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then we also do special events, so Saturdays or evenings, weekends, we can extend those services if needed. The trucks are patrolling the interstate system, looking for anything that they need to respond to. So that could be picking up debris, all the way to providing traffic control for an incident to keep responders and the traveling public safe. The Highway Helper trucks are equipped with a lot of tools to help with stranded motorists. They can change a tire, provide fuel, give a ride to a safe location, and provide traffic control as needed for anybody stranded on the system, or if you're involved in a crash, they will help with that as well. As part of the Zero Fatality campaign in Iowa, the Traffic Management Center puts the messages up on the board on Mondays. So if you've seen those funny little comments on the dynamic message boards on Monday, they come from a group of people at the Iowa DOT, and that group comes up with these messages, and I just absolutely love them. My favorites are, Beth, I hear you texting, but I can't reply right now, or get your head out of your apps, or even slow ride, take it easy. But what a great fun message, but really the point of the message is so important. One of the technologies that we use in the Traffic Management Center is our video wall. And on our video wall, we have it set up in several different ways for the use of the operators. The first thing I want to talk about on the video wall is our operational portal. This was developed specifically for a verification detection process. And the first thing that we'll talk about is the construction bottlenecks. The construction bottlenecks were put together using an algorithm and several data sources, which allows the Traffic Management Center to detect any slowdown in a construction project. The operator in the TMC can then respond by putting up dynamic message board messages to warn traveling public of what they're entering into for construction. We're using NREX data, which is a probe data harvested from several different sources, one being cell phones, to detect actual speeds on the interstate system, and it allows us to see when we have a slowdown of the system. This is extremely useful when there is a slowdown or a crash on the interstate that is not near one of our cameras. The next several sources that you see on the operational portal actually come from our system. The operators are entering it into the system. A data feed is then feeding the operational portal. This allows us to see exactly what we have currently on the system. So you can see that right now it's a slow day in the TMC. The next widget down, it shows us that we have construction. We have 42 active projects, 14 maintenance projects, and 4 utility projects today. This gives us a snapshot of what is on the system. The last piece you see are our winter road conditions. We harvest that information from 511 and allows us just a quick view of what the state is seeing. So right now we have 100% seasonal. We have no precipitation in the area, and that's positive today. Down below, you'll see the 6 green charts. Those are actually representing each of our districts. We have 6 districts in the state of Iowa. And if we were getting winter weather, you would see those change in color, and we can see, based off of those charts, exactly what is occurring in each district. A question that we get a lot here in the TMC is if you can view our cameras and if they're recorded. One of the ways that you can see our video feeds is through our 511 system. You can actually see everything that we're seeing here. In addition to that, the Iowa DOT records all cameras for 3 business days. There's a request form out online that can be filled out, and as long as that request comes in before the 3 business days are over, the video will be downloaded and shared. So the nice thing about our video wall is we can set up the feeds any way we want. On the left side of the board, we have all of our highway helper areas. We're monitoring the 3 metro areas that highway helper is available in. Those cameras basically are running through tours, and so we can see all feeds within a few minutes. On the right side of the video wall, we use that side for traffic studies and construction. Currently, we do not have a lot of construction activity on the system, and so we have some other feeds up today. But in the middle, you'll see that we have a Sioux City construction project, and then also Ankeny and Ames. There's 2 major construction projects going on in those areas, and so we're monitoring those areas very closely today so that we can respond to anything related to traffic. And then where you see green, we're helping the district monitor traffic, and then they will use that data to do signal timing changes and different things in their areas. One of the things that we like to talk about here in the Traffic Management Center is traffic incident management. And what that means is all the pieces that it takes to manage an incident on the transportation system. Traffic incident management and safety on the roadway starts with the driver. And there are a lot of players. That's law enforcement, DOT, anybody that has a role in what is happening on the transportation system, especially after an incident. In the Traffic Management Center, we're constantly looking at ways to better detect and verify, better ways to monitor and manage our transportation system. And we are always looking at new technology to help detection and verification in the Traffic Management Center. It'll help us better manage the transportation system in Iowa and improve the safety and mobility of the traveling public.